So I'll start by going into the welcoming of the Connectize platform, the initiative right around it and what it's all about. But let me tell us something, because this right here, most of what this presentation is all about is going to revolve around the description I'm going to make right here. And it is very, very important. I might take more time than required here, but it's because I believe that it is very important. You've not heard about Connectize. I need to explain it away from all the long slides, reading what is written. No, I want to show you the heart of everyone who has put in their efforts to make Connectize a success, because it's more than just a platform. It's a solution for us, a solution that we deeply, deeply need. So if I take more time on this page, do bear with me. Now, I want to explain something. Would you believe that from 1999 to 2023, according to the Nigerian Extractive Initiative, Nigeria has made $831 billion in terms of revenue from oil and gas sector between 1999 and 2023. Now, if you extrapolate even further to 2026, Nigeria has probably made over $1 trillion. I'm not saying evaluation, I'm talking about cash flow here, revenue, money flowing through the oil and gas sector that nobody knows about, because most people don't even have this information. I'm very certain most of us don't know this. And you ask, how come such amount of money is moving around the oil and gas sector? And then a whole lot of people do not even understand the process around it. And whenever they speak on oil and gas, a lot of people always tend to think, oh, I have to own an oil rig, I have to own a vessel, I have to be drilling to be in the oil and gas sector. Now, the fact that we don't even know that this amount of money, this is almost 50 times the net worth of the richest man in the world. And it is not just evaluation, it is cash flow. This shows that we have issue of visibility in the oil and gas sector, because you don't even see the opportunities. Most people don't know that this amount of money is flowing even in our oil and gas sector. So the second part comes into access, is when you see these opportunities, that's when you will be able to tap into the opportunities. This also shows us that there is the issue of accessibility. Now, let's say you now have access. How do you know that you're doing business with the right person? Because integrity is a watchword. It is so very important that you're not wasting your time, that you're not dealing with someone who is just trying to use your information for their personal gain. Now, when you look at this, it's clear that there are three issues here at hand, which is visibility, accessibility, and integrity. Now, let me even explain another aspect of the problems that we're also having in the oil and gas. I've been in the oil and gas for a little while now, and I can tell you for a fact that Nigeria has one of the best private oil and gas companies in the world. I've been able to work with companies in Nigeria that have worked in different parts of Africa, such as Equatorial Guinea, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, to name but a few. Now, when oil and gas companies or in different parts of Africa require some certain expertise, is it not much cheaper for them to mobilize, let's say, a company from Nigeria to ensure that they get it done than, imagine mobilizing a vessel and a company all the way from the US? Now, why do I say this is, it will take a vessel probably 2 days to sail from Nigeria to Ghana to do this work. But it will take a vessel from the US more than 30 days plus. And now you're burning more fossil fuel if you're coming from the US, because we want to make sure we protect the environment. That in itself is endangering the universe and the atmosphere at large. And you're going to spend so much more. Would you imagine a system where when you talk about oil and gas expertise, you know that it is Nigeria? I mean, when it comes to music, we're doing that. When they talk about music, everybody knows Nigeria is the hub. Now, imagine if they talk about oil and gas expertise, Nigeria is the first country that comes up. Not only will it help us to be seen more, we'll be exporting human capital development, and this is even going to help us even way more than it is by bringing in more demand for our Naira and bringing in more resources into the country, and then increasing human capital development. And I can tell you there's no platform like that. So imagine such an ecosystem in the oil and gas that lacks this amount of visibility. Now, I have more to say on this, but I think it's best when I move into the next slide, I'll explain this. But what Connectize is going to do here, it is going to solve the issue of visibility. It is going to solve the issue of accessibility. It's also going to solve the issue of integrity and ensure seamless transaction and collaboration in one of the biggest sectors in the African economy, which is oil and gas.